Come on, walk to the mic while I'm talking. How do we help this entitled-minded generation? What can we do as a mall mentality ministry to change the perspective of the culture that demands to be fed rather than learning how to fish for their own food? That'd be Terri right there.
Group one. The right question, how do we help this entitled-minded generation? And then we went to actually Proverbs 22:6 would be the basis of it, and it would be training up a child in the way that they should go, so when they depart, they wouldn't, they would have the establishment of the way to go. So what we said is that we would bring in or establish a program that will help train up the child in the way that they should go. Now, this is the thing. We can't really put an age group on it because there are people who are an adult but childlike in their mind. And the thing about it is that they have been disabled or unable for a long period of time. So we would be able to establish a program that would be able to train them up. So how do you train them up? You train them up going to the book, because what we originally talked about is that we have to establish that Gordy was the goldfish, Gordy was the entitled-minded person, and Sammy was the shark. So the first thing that we established, that in that relationship there needed to be a mentor. Amen. Because what actually happened is that Sammy came in to be a mentor to Gordy. Amen. So he actually became the person as the mentor who began to train up Gordy in the way that he should go. And so it would definitely have a mentorship piece. So in that mentorship piece, what we would have to do is that we would have to look at people who have been established in certain things. And what I did is I had notes. So the mentor would be able to teach them on page 53. It talked about they would be able to exemplify, if you want more than survival, you have to have a will to thrive, and teach them about that. Also, that they would actually have to exemplify that there is no substitute for hard work. And so they would help them identify what they wanted to find, where to find it, and get better at finding it. The other thing in this program that we would actually do, we would actually help them understand the reality of their life. Because what actually happened with Gordy is that he had a false reality of life. So in this program, we would actually establish and help people have a reality of life. The reality of life is that you cannot always be fed. The reality of life is that things won't always work smoothly. For instance, I was taught as long as you go to school and get an education, you were good. Yep. Well, I went to school, I got an education, then got more education, and I didn't lose my job until after I had a master's. Wow. So that took me out. So now I have a master's, I have an established career, and I still found myself without work for 3 years. Marketable, have been in different places. So this is the thing, the world system that taught me that I could survive in this way now didn't work. So now I had a reality. So we have to understand that realities will come, and sometimes even when you work hard, realities will come. But what are you going to do in spite? So we have to have mentorships and programs